Welcome back, friends and fam. What is good? Happy Friday. Hope everyone enjoyed their week. Hope you guys are having a good time. Our apologies about yesterday. We had an unforeseen celebration that had to take place, and therefore we missed the live stream. So, thankfully, you guys forgive us, and we're here today to look at this bloodshed and go in and paint a picture of what are we looking at? Why is everything red? Should we be worried? What levels are we looking for? So we got a big story to look at. I know Sifu's got the same side on in his world about blood just everywhere in the metaverse. It looks like some of the metaverse tokens are surviving better than our world, but it's not pretty out there. The good news is there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and there are some pretty pictures with all of this red. So let's dive right in. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And I don't even have anything else to say. Let's just talk about what's going on because it is ugly and it's also exciting. We're on a day-to-day basis and we got to 44K. And as you can see, looking at this screen, we absolutely got rejected at 44K. So currently 44K is still our resistance. So let's talk about what we're looking at here. We're looking at Coin 360 on the one-day candles. We got Bitcoin at 40,218, Ethereum at 2,811, Solana 9095, DOT 1806. So we have a few ones up today. Not much though, nothing too exciting. We do have API 3, and that is up 30 to 26%, sitting at $6.20. So that's kind of one of the better performers of a project that we're a fan of. SLP's up a little bit. It's up 9.49% right now, sitting at 2 cents, 0.025112. So let's go ahead, and before we slide into CoinGecko, I want to bring everyone's attention because we got a little bit of a panic mode going on, a lot of stories. Everyone's really uncertain. Let's take a look at the bigger picture. So we're going to go to the 1 month performance. And what we're looking at is 1 month. So this is the volume projection on 1 month. And really, there's some deep reds, some deep greens, a lot of inconsistencies, but the story is right here. And Bitcoin is down 1.1% on the month. So just breathe, ladies and gentlemen, breathe. There's a lot of panic going on, and we got to just breathe. So 1%, ETH is only down 6% for the month. Really not that bad. So some of the altcoins have taken some heavier hits, an average of about 30%. You have Solana down 28% for the month, Atom around 30% for the month, Luna's down 33% for the month. You know, you guys have heard that number, 33%. We'll see a lot of that. There's a consistency. So just wanted to zoom everyone back on a real quick reference of what really has happened, because we were going up for a little bit. We were all euphoric and excited. Now we're going down for a little bit, and a lot of people are panicking and worried. So let's take a look at what's going on. We're going to go over to CoinGecko, and we're going to look at our top performers. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are both down. Like we said, Bitcoin's down 1.2% on the day, and it's down, Ethereum's down 3.8% on the day. But our top performers, you have BitTorrent, which is an old token, and I'm not quite sure I would recommend it right now. We have a 24-hour volume of 80,512, but it is currently up 32%. Besides that special project, we have Neo's up 11.8%, Frax is up 5.5%, Filecoin's up 3.2%, and XRP is up 1.8%. So you got a little bit of love going on during the day with all of this uncertainty and panicking, but we kind of want to know why. What's going on? Is there any news that's going on? Did something change the fundamentals? Why are people panicking? So we're trying to condition you guys into getting used to going into Cointelegraph. So once you go to Cointelegraph, you can look at the latest news. So we can scan through the news pretty quickly and see an executive at Composable Finance allegedly doxxed as convicted fraudster Omar Zaki. Not quite sure what that story is. Georgia lawmakers considered giving crypto miner tax exemptions in new bill. That's a bullish article. Fed's Laurel Brainerd hints at U.S. playing a lead role in development of CBDCs. And for those of you that don't know what CBDCs are, those are central bank digital currencies. So that is still a very bullish concept in itself. Finance redefined. Axlar becomes a unicorn. New Ethereum address hits 1.5 million per month. That was through February 11th to the 18th. CryptoBiz JP Morgan enters the metaverse. Marshall Islands legalizes DAOs. Fed senior officials will soon not be allowed to trade crypto, stocks, and bonds. And we're actually going to get into that story a little bit later. Miami coin disbursement to fund a rental assistance program, says Mayor Suarez. Wyoming lawmakers introduce legislation for state issued stablecoin. I mean, these are all bullish articles, and so this is what we got to remind ourselves during some of these panic moves and some of these downward trajectories and motions. So, Lunaterra injects 450 million UST into Anchor Reserve days before protocol depletion. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with the Feds not allowed to trade crypto. So over here on CNBC.com, we have in their finance, the Federal Reserve, Fed approves rules banning its officials from trading stocks, bonds, and also cryptocurrencies. So to summarize what's really going on, the crypto ban, the announcement was Friday to extend the ban to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which was not mentioned in the original announcement in October. Under the regulations, officials still holding market positions will have 12 months to shed prohibited positions. New Fed officials will have 6 months to do so. So to summarize what that means is if you had Bitcoin previously before this bill, you have 12 months to remove yourself from a position, but it gets a little bit trickier than that. In the future, officials covered by the new rules must give 45 days notice before making any permissible asset purchases, a restriction that will go into effect July 1st. They will then have to hold those positions for at least 1 year and will be banned from any trading during periods of heightened financial market stress. There is no set definition of the term, which will be determined by the Fed chair and board's general counsel. So pretty interesting article. Be curious how they go about it. It sounds like it's trying to create the pathway and the roadways for this to be legit and for the finance sector to adopt in. They're trying to make it fair. They don't want insider trading, and this is their first steps towards that. And so I appreciate the article. I think it was necessary, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. But also something that caught my attention and I wanted to bring to you guys is whistleblowers in crypto industry are encouraged by SEC action against BlockFi. So they actually have a reward for whistleblowing. It's rather comical. Let me dismiss this real quick. So currently the BlockFi agreed to pay a total of $100 million to settle the case, which is the largest SEC settlement overpaid by a cryptocurrency company. So the SEC said that BIAs are securities as defined in current law, and therefore the company was required to register its offers and sales of BIAs. BlockFi, however, had failed to do so. They come down and they talk about where whistleblowers have turned to the SEC in droves to report securities law violations because the SEC whistleblower program offers confidentiality, certain protections against job retaliation, and look at this, significant rewards. So now people are incentivized to whistleblow. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out. I don't really know how to feel about it. I definitely haven't formulated an opinion, but wanted to bring it to you guys. I think that it's good to keep things accountable, but I also I don't know how I feel about incentivizing people. As you can see, in October of 2020, the SEC awarded its largest whistleblower reward so far for $114 million. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which has a similar whistleblower program, topped that 12 months later, issuing a $200 million whistleblower award, which is the largest award ever made. So it's really a conflicting story that I encourage you guys to take a look in, and we'll definitely be following this and see how it steps up. There was a notice that the number increased in 2020 from 345 submissions and almost doubled to 762 submissions in the following year, or more than doubled. My apologies. So really fascinating article. Wanted to bring that to your guys' attention, but let's go ahead and dive into the charts. And we'll also point out that because we have been looking at token metrics and using the indices, the Bitcoin has showed back up in the weekly indices. So that in itself gives me a little peace of mind, but there is still some uncertainty ahead. So what we're looking at right now is this is Bitcoin, and we're going to start with total market cap. So as you can see, I got this 15% bar drawn on most of these charts. And the reason that 15% drop is there is because I'm curious to see what would happen if the total market cap were to come down and retest its support. And so I'm anticipating the total market cap, which is currently sitting at $1.785 trillion in a worst case scenario, to come back down and test the support that it is used in the channel that it has been in since. Let's just keep going back. Let's slide over to the month, make it easy on you guys. Oh, that's right. It's been in this channel since April of 2014. So I'm anticipating that we'll still find support there since it's been a support line that we've respected since conception. And I wanted to know what is our worst case scenario. So in my opinion, I feel like we could anticipate a retest of our support lines. So right here, I wanted to zoom in and I wanted to see what would that look like. So this orange line right here is the bottom of our channel. That's what I'm using as our support line. And let's go ahead and take a look at how we get there. So you go right where we're at, we click the ruler, we drop down, we come right to our support line, and bam, 15%. So with that 15%, I wanted to know what would that look like on Bitcoin. So we slide over to the Bitcoin's chart, and we're on Bitcoin chart day candles, and it's currently sitting at 40,104 on the day. But the closer prices, we're sitting at 40,226 on the minute. So let's go ahead and look at what Bitcoin would do if it were to drop that 15%. And would it put us at any of these lines that we've already drawn in the chart? Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for multiple patterns to stack up to give us indication. So we drop this down, and 15% hits us right around 33,000, 34,000. So that's pretty brutal, but it also seems to come down and support this neckline all the way across. And we have used it as resistance before and also used it as support just recently in January. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us test this. Now, the reason I'm not banking on us testing that is because everyone else won't be surprised either. So therefore, the majority of people in the market have started shorting the market. They've closed their long positions and they're panicking with all the stories going on. So the liquidity honeypot is now above us, not below us. Therefore, the retail trader in the market, the average market trader, is betting that the market is going down. Therefore, the market maker would have the incentive to rise market up. So I honestly do not see us going that low. In fact, I would expect us to do more of a bullish play out and maybe fall down to 38,000 in a drop and then recover in a healthy format. So that's really what I'm looking for on Bitcoin specifically. And I'll give you guys a quick example of what that might look like. So right here, we could come and zoom in and see, here we are. We've gone to a rise. We're dropping. I would like to see a retest right here and then back on up. So this is the bullish play out, maybe a retest at 44 and back on up. So we still are perfectly lined up for a bullish play out, and that's what we're looking for. That's why we're going to have to come to the charts every day and try to stay away from the stories and pay attention to the patterns. So right now we can see that if we fall down to 37.5, 38,000, number one, the market maker will be very satisfied to grab that pool of liquidity. You can see it's a light gray box right back here. Let's zoom in. This pool of liquidity, the market maker would have the perfect opportunity to swoop that liquidity, rip it away, induce the traders to go one direction as he rips the market the other direction. And that's really what we're trying to look for. And we're trying to expose those kinds of moves. And so as you see, we want to see a retest on the line that has been resistance since November of last year. So since November 8th of last year, we've been under a very healthy line of resistance. We broke out of that line of resistance February 6th this month. And now what we're looking for in a healthy breakout is a retest. So right now we still have a lot of positivity. There's not doom and gloom. There's goodness going on. Also, I want to keep in the back of your guys' mind, people are worried about inflation and people are looking for hedges against inflation. People are worried about economic fallout. People are worried about what's going on with the news. And you can see that in these charts. This is gold. So right now we're looking at gold, and gold does not look like it's suffering. It looks like people are flocking into gold right now. And that's because they're looking for a safe store of value. They're looking for a deflationary safe store of value, or something somewhat deflationary. So you can see the same thing with gold, as you can see with silver, as you can see with copper. So all of these charts have turned very bullish and have been pumping over the last few days as the rest of the markets have been bleeding. And this is people looking for safe stores of value. And I believe that the majority of people don't understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because if they did, they might feel that that's more of a safe store of value than any of these precious metals. And that's what I'm anticipating will eventually be the catalyst, and we won't suffer when the stock market suffers. So I look forward to people recognizing and realizing that sooner than later. And as I see these charts of silver and gold really taking off, I get excited, and it makes me think that Bitcoin's right around the corner. So even though the charts are looking really bearish today, I don't feel as bearish about it. I think that the economy is bearish, and Bitcoin might be one of the only bullish aspects of it. So short term, definitely intimidating times. My recommendation is to stay on the sidelines. We were waiting for confirmation, but in the long term, nothing about what's happened over the last few days has me alarmed or concerned. I'm still very excited about the projection of cryptocurrency and where we're heading, and I really, as long as we stay in our channel since 2014 in total market cap, which means that we find support at $1.5 trillion, I'm not worried about a horrible bear market. So I think that it's a little bit sour and sad and serious for folks. So Chris, let's lighten this mood, man. Let's bring it in. Let's have some fun. Thank you, everyone.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, sure. All right. Thank you for that, Al. What's up, everybody? Yeah, let's see what's going on in NFT world. It's not looking too much greater as far as, red and green. But it does say we're currently up 0.1%. We're still down really. We're sitting at 37.7 billion for just the NFT market cap alone. But Mana is one of the healthy guys, although they're down a little bit. But for the most part, nothing but red in the charts, where they are all plummeting downwards. But there is always a few pumpers and dumpers no matter what. So we see Render is still holding some support a little bit. Mobox and Ultra, they've been holding this week. Um, just a few throughout here. This Magic project, My Neighbor Alice, is still holding strong. So there actually must be something happening in their development, maybe a new season upcoming. Because with everything else bleeding and seeing that, that would lead me to believe something like that. But Network is still holding strong. They're pretty cool. I actually just watched a video. If you got a VR headset, you can actually pop that thing on and go check out Network. Dude seemed pretty impressed. But as we scroll down, you see, yeah, really nothing fun as far as looking healthy. But I'd say it's healthy in the manner that things are probably setting up. So we are moving into the weekend. We're going to be cautious and just keep a keen eye on everything happening. But, when things like this happen, I just think maybe set up prices and maybe getting ready for some sort of takeoff. But really not much fun. But if we do scroll down, let's check out this gem on the trending coins, Everdome. We're actually going to click into them. They're pretty interesting project. Another big NFT project. Numbers wise, pretty decent. Trading volume of a little 100 million. At least it's in the 100 million as far as trading volume. But we are down 25%. It's all-time high was 9 cents. So we're sitting at 6 cents. Not too bad. So it's a little bit on a up and come up. But let's actually take a quick peek at them. Everdome. So their concept is, you can kind of see from this video here, you create a dome that's like your real estate you'll get on Mars. You get a dome, and in your dome is where you'll have all the creation tools, from creating games to stores, NFT stores, basically anything within the metaverse that is up and coming. But it's pretty interesting project for the most part. It's, you purchase land, they call it a dome. You can buy and rent the property, you can lease the property, and it's almost like purchasing real estate and allowing others to rent from you and build up their own businesses. So I don't know, they might have a niche, but this is just another big aspect into the metaverse uh, era that we're getting into. But you actually can create your own games. It's got complete virtual reality. It's going to have augmented reality, um, fashion, aesthetics, collectibles for your avatars, so you can represent yourself as whoever you want. And it's just another huge metaverse project on the rise. Said it only caught my eye because it's trending today, and it is pretty original in its concept. And they have a huge financial infrastructure here set in place to incentivize anyone who gets in, and hopefully kind of create an ever-flowing chain of, I'm going to say, rewards for everybody. But they're still early in. We're only quarter one, 2022, so they got a bit of ways to go. But right now, you could kind of see what they've pulled off. They're really just kind of expanding their team, gonna finally get the launch going on, and I know we'll just be up and waiting for announcements. But down right here, this is pretty cool. Unreal Engine being one of their partners. Anyone in the gaming world knows Unreal Engine is pretty much one of the top dogs behind most big projects. Looks like they're going to be connected through Binance Smart Chain. But yeah, this is we have really, in a bleeding market today, as we're keeping a keen eye for the weekend. This is probably one of the only fun things that actually caught my eye today. But having said that, we're gonna jump off of uh this project. We're gonna get out of CoinGecko, and we're gonna go check out NFTs over in CoinMarketCap. So actually, what's pretty cool about CoinMarketCap is if you come into CoinMarketCap, I'm already in the NFT section. I'm sitting in the overall NFT statistics. So this is cool. Rather than just being the overall of the non-fungible token gaming projects, this is really more your NFT digital art projects. So the current sales we're sitting at pretty high, over 24, just over 24 million in their market cap for just them alone, just these digital art projects. Their sales volume is actually sitting at a little over 78,000 here. So it's up 44% on what it's been just actually, that's in the last 24 hours. And we can actually see right here in the last 24 hours, there's been a total of 680 sales throughout these. But what's cool about this is you come in here, minus these stats you don't necessarily need, but if you're just looking for NFT projects up and coming, especially for those of you that like to get in and get in on projects, whether you're trying to flip them or just build collections, this kind of links you right to it. So if we click right in here, just for example, I'm Aiko. I believe that they're already sold out. That looks like a pretty interesting project, pretty cool artwork. Um, but it just takes you right into where you could purchase them, get in on a Discord, basically get joined in on the community so you can stay ahead and maybe get in on some of these drops, get in on them, especially when sometimes they're free or just at their lowest prices. When these projects take off, they leverage, they 10x, 100x really fast. So, but they give you a whole list here. You come in, you pretty much see everything up and coming and hot. It actually categorizes it. You can see what's being listed through Solana blockchains, or if it seems like everything here seems to be Solana, but it will differentiate if there's projects using any other blockchains. And it's just a great way to come in and actually see what is up and coming, because this universe is huge as well. All sold out, but your best bet is to come in and check these out. And some of them are going to have huge roadmaps. This obviously wants to turn into a play to earning game. But these projects are all in their infancy, and they're all going to start basically with NFTs. And you can see the pricing, you can see the percentage, the up and down value, just like regular market. So this is a great place to search for NFTs rather than just going in Rarible or OpenSeas or just something like that where you're looking in a huge, you're basically, that's just like dipping your hand into the ocean and seeing what sort of fish you'll pull out if you do pull one out. Here it kind of organizes it for you, and yeah, you can see the people who know how to advertise and get it on their projects, because just like they're all based on appreciating assets in the crypto universe. So if you can get these at a great price, you're likely to see them go up and appreciate. But other than that, I was just scrolling through and pretty much just keeping it simple today. We're just gonna have to watch the market and be very, very subtle with any moves we try to make, or more like sharp, really. And we're gonna go into the weekend real casual. I'm gonna rely on my man Al and saying that despite everything, I'm still bullish on things, and we're just going to be watching for the right points in time when this market kind of turns on us, and maybe keep you guys going in that direction. But other than that, kind of short and sweet again today, guys. Not as much fun when the market's red, but that just means it's getting set up. So we're gonna look for that setup, and as always, keep you guys updated. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And remember, with great trading comes great technical analysis. So, not financial advice, just financial entertainment. We're gonna call it with that and see if my man Al's got anything else for us.
Right on, Sifu. Appreciate that, my dude. I got a little bit more. Obviously, if you guys see my browser, I got a handful of charts that I've just been having fun with. But I feel like I wanted to get the general consensus off with Bitcoin. And then right now, a lot of people are wondering, we all hold our own favorite altcoins and we're like, can we survive? And that's something you need to ask yourself, because altcoins and Total 3 is not the same picture. So remember, it's going to be really hard for any altcoins to really rally without Bitcoin rallying. And remember, in order for price to be pushed higher, they have to drop price to grab the liquidity. So this is a necessary move for the price to go up, but you also want to be in a position to handle whatever that move may be. And I really think people need to be prepared for a 15% potential drop. That's kind of what this weekend could hold. I think that it could be either way. They could also trap traders. I anticipate a quick move in one direction and a correction in the other. What direction? It's really hard to say. I think that we're one news story away from that being driven. And what I wanted to talk about is right now on Total 3 market cap. So this is all the money in crypto besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. We have fallen under our support line. We did January 21st. We tried to break above it February 6th, and we failed to close above it. And we just got rejected all the way through February 10th, and then we fell back down. So currently we are trying to find what was support and remove it from resistance and turn it into support. And until that happens, I would be very cautious with some low cap altcoins or whatever alt moon bag I was holding, especially going into a volatile weekend. I would be certain that all of my positions could stand a 15% correction. So here's the dollar, something that we like to go over with you guys. We're hoping that at some point you guys start developing your own skill set and using the tools that we provide. So then we won't be going over some of these mundane charts at the beginning, but we also want to know, where's the chart? Did the chart look bullish? And yes, it does. Currently, the dollar looks very bullish on the day, and it's looked bullish on the month. So that's something that I want to close you guys out with on the dollar, and look at all, like, find your references. There's USDT dominance. This looks like it has been breaking out as well. It could go all the way up to 5.5%. What does that mean? That means people are selling out of cryptocurrencies and into stable USDT stable coins. So that's something to pay attention to. If this chart continues to rise up and get bullish, that's not the best indicator for cryptocurrency right now. That's people getting their money ready for the sidelines, but not putting it into the market. So what you guys need to pay attention to are things like the US dollar compared to the crypto total market cap. You'll see a polar correlation with them. When one has green candles, the other has red candles. Pay attention to that because right now we're getting told that crypto looks like it's going to go have to retest and find support. So we're okay with that. This is part of the cycles. There's no need to panic. The dollar is looking like it's feeling frisky and feeling kind of strong. So it needs to go and get rejected by some resistance. That's okay. Market cycles, it's what we expect. It's why we come to these charts every single day and why we try to tell you that there's a story being painted and it's a new story every day. And it's not that hard to see, but it doesn't really matter what the story is. The game is trying to figure out what that story is. So I just wanted to scroll through some of these fun charts with you guys, like the US dollar, the dollar yen chart you can see looks pretty bearish as well. So that's kind of a bearish sign for us. Also, the S&P is a very bullish or very bearish print. So those markets are bleeding like nobody's business. And the Dow Jones is still a very bearish print. And for those of you listening, my apologies. We're still working on the audio, but we're looking at the S&P 500 on the day candles, and it is a bearish print that just printed a couple days ago. We'll have to wait for the weekend for the next one, but we went down 2.5%, which is substantial for stonks. And then over here on the Dow Jones for the day, we continued to drop 2.15%, which is pretty substantial for stocks as well. So want you guys to breathe, go into the weekend. If you're uncomfortable with your positions, that's something to think about. You should really reconsider how you're exposing yourself, your risk management. And we recommend, obviously we're not financial advisors, but if you're uncomfortable or anything makes you uncomfortable, get comfortable. Don't put yourself in a position that you're not comfortable or you feel like you can't afford to lose. That's not what this game's about. And that's why you have to be prepared for the volatility that is crypto. It's got the high risk reward ratio, but it's definitely a game that you have to learn how to play by yourself, and you can't just trust random YouTubers online or read a couple of quick stories and make a financial decision for yourself. You need to be very intelligent and trust your own decision and your own opinions. So we're here to teach you how to formulate your own opinion. We want to be the bridge to all things crypto that you don't understand, and we're here for that. But we do not want our opinion to be your opinion. That is not the goal of this channel. That's not the goal of this stream. We want to help you create your own opinions. So with that, I'll leave that with you guys. So much love, so much respect. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We're in for a roller coaster. I'm excited to talk about it on Monday. See you guys Monday live at 5. C3, much love and respect. Over and out.